A tribe seeks power from a fiery volcano before a big hunt.
So stick close.
He's about 5 stories high at the moment. The Namal are supreme hunters. Using traditional weapons and ancient strategies.
Stop work, Lingo.
I'm Hayden Turner. As a conservationist, I've dedicated my life to saving animals. But now, I'm on the hunt. Because I want to understand the mind of a human predator. Today, we're hunting the smartest animal in the forest, wild pig. Males can weigh up to 100 kilograms and reach top speeds of 17 kilometers per hour. They are dangerous.
If they come, you've got to go up the tree.
Yes. We go in?
Quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll have a attack you.
Yeah.
I could easily lose you in here. I could easily lose them in here. So stick close. And if I say climb, climb.
First, the hunters stalk their prey. We're searching for tracks, wallows, spoor. Any indication that wild pigs are near.
That's the track of the pigs. It's going this way. And some of the boys is going first to find. We're going behind.
It's too dangerous for me to be at the front. I've got proper hiking boots on, but these men run in bare feet, and they easily cover over 30 kilometers in one hunt.
This is outrageous. We are down on pig level right now. This terrain is absolutely thick as thick, and it's on an angle like this. So slipping and sliding all over the place, but at the same time, keeping your eyes out for wild pigs. And I've already lost the guys.
The pigs have the advantage. They can run quickly through the brush, smell us from 11 kilometers away, and see us in a panoramic 310-degree arc. We are downwind, at least 4 kilometers from the pig.
Come on, wait up.
The tracks lead us into a more open area. It will be much easier to spear a pig here. The hunters use calls so they don't scare the pig. These calls blend into the jungle noises. The prey is much closer now. The slightest noise and the pig will bolt. Pigs hear much lower and higher frequencies than we do. The pig is 15 meters away. A little too far for a clean shot through the brush. They need to get closer for a kill. Linkai lost sight of the pig.
So, not gonna happen. Well, the pig hunt wasn't a great success today. I'm not sure whether it was because of me being too slow or whether the pigs were a little bit far away anyway. Hopefully it was the latter.
The Namal have been living and thriving for over 1,000 years on Tanna Island. Tanna is one of Vanuatu's estimated 82 islands. It's remote, halfway between Australia and the Fiji Islands. The Namal hunt every animal on the island, including flying foxes, eel and wild pigs. Hunting here is difficult and grueling. It doesn't always end with a meal. Pigs are the most important animal on Tanna. Here, pigs, not cash, will buy you the finer things in life, including a bride. Domestic pigs are the Namal's main source of protein.
Will.
All the kids love a good barbecue.
Linkai, pigs are a big part of your culture. Why is hunting them still such a big part of your life?
Hunting keeps the wild pigs' numbers low. They are intelligent, adaptable, and dangerous. Linkai's experienced this firsthand. I understand why the Namal hunt wild pigs, but now I want to know more about their hunting strategy.
So after we've got onto good tracks, and then we've walked and walked and walked, and we get the pig visual, so we can see it, what happens then?
When we'll see, and we go around.
Linkai.
Like I throw, and you see.
Okay.
When we'll see the pig here,
Yeah.
and someone going around like that, and someone going around like this,
Okay.
someone here,
Okay.
and the pig is stay in the middle,
Okay.
and we try to catch him with a bow and arrow.
Okay.
One here.
Fanned out to surround. Okay. Okay. And how long can that go for? A long time.
Yeah.
A new day, a new hunt. Each spear is custom fit to a hunter's height and reach. They're strong enough to pierce through skin, fat and muscle.
So dense, it doesn't even feel like wood. It feels like light steel.
If you sparing the pigs here and to come through here.
So it has to be as wide as your belly.
Yeah.
Have to be a big spear for me.
Maybe this one is not for you.
So this is tree fern trunk.
Yeah.
This is incredibly hard, dense material. Very, very old. Very, very strong. You find that this works the best, 3 of them?
Yeah.
3 spear tips greatly improve the chance of mortally wounding an animal. That's 3 chances to sever an artery or slash a vital organ.
This one is good for handling a pig. It's nice, huh?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Okay?
Okay.
It's 8 a.m. and the hunt is on.
The pig's senses are right on top of us. They've got a fantastic sense of smell and a fantastic sense of hearing. And the animal picks up our scent and they're gone. We really have to try and have success today. Fingers crossed.
Wild pigs are clearly in the area. They leave obvious tracks and signs. Spotting the tracks is easy. The hard part is reading which direction to go. These guys read tracks like I read books.
Okay. Okay, so that's the pig's foot sliding down there.
Yes.
Okay. How fresh do you think this is?
It's maybe tomorrow morning.
This morning, you mean? Yeah, okay.
Maybe now we'll find. And someone going this way.
Okay.
And someone is going this way. And Neil and me and Tom, maybe we follow the track of the pigs.
Tom splits the party to cover more ground.
Like that. Okay.
We're heading to known shelters and wallows, where the pigs rest during the day. Hunters on Tanna have been navigating the same hunting ground for over 1,000 years, unlike me.
So the guys often just stop and listen.
We're always within earshot of the other group, so when it's time to move, we all run. Linkai's group is hot on the trail.
Is this pig droppings?
Pig.
Okay, so there's definitely a lot of activity through here, that's for sure. It's cool what they're doing to each other. So they know exactly where each other is. I definitely heard a pig grunt just then. There's another guy down there.
The hunters instinctively stay downwind. Tom reminds me to do the same. So far, the hunters have predicted the pig's every move. But if it sees or smells us, its movements will become unpredictable. The tracks have led us to the valley.
Hayden, take on course here. You see?
Yeah. So that's, this is very fresh, eh? Just now.
Today.
Today.
Tom's instincts are right. The pig has sought shelter in the valley. Tom's plan is working perfectly. But to succeed, we must approach the pig slowly, from behind, in its blind spot. Suddenly, the wind shifts. The pig takes off. The stealthy hunt becomes a hot pursuit. Instincts kick in, and we split up. The classic fanning out technique. The hunters divide into 3 groups, about 20 meters apart. But they move as a united front. We need to surround the pig, fast, blocking off all its escape routes.
So it comes down to the strategy and the plan and everything.
Piglets make the hunt more risky. The mother will protect them at all cost. She will charge. We're running at about 14 kilometers per hour, aiming to overtake the pig before it escapes out of the valley.
It's just tangled in so much stuff.
Hey, come on!
So what happened? We saw the little ones.
The little one is follow the biggest one. That biggest one is gone already. Namal. Namal, masa pelaya buka? Yeah. Sab pelaya buka nap. Sab.
They run a long way away too.
Yeah. Now it's going long way.
We never get it.
Yeah.
Failure is rare. The Namal have a 95% success rate.
Second attempt, no success. Now there's lots of contributing factors to that. The wind is really swirling around today. The pig is picking up our scent very quickly. They've got fantastic senses of smell, and there's lots of cover, lots of vegetation here for the pig to hide in. The men put in 100%. The strategy they use, fanning out around the pig, it came so close today, it could have gone either way. It's not like just going down to the supermarket and getting your dinner off the shelf. These men work really hard to bring food home for their family. And, you know, not every hunt ends in success.
After 2 failed pig hunts, Tom feels that we need a little extra help. He takes us to the most powerful place on Tanna, a live volcano, Mount Yasur.
Because the volcano like the mother of the ground or from island. And now we have to going up to the mountain to keep a bow for hunting tomorrow.
So lots of power from Mother Earth.
It's been spewing molten lava for around 800 years. I can't believe I'm standing so close. Flying debris could easily kill any one of us.
Absolutely incredible. The power you can feel right here.
This is to keep the power for us for tomorrow, for hunting. Understand?
Understand.
Yeah.
I really understand.
Yeah.
It's an
You
If this doesn't give them strength and power for tomorrow for this hunt, I don't know what will. Absolutely amazing.
Back in the village, the hunters are busy crafting weapons for a different type of hunt, flying foxes. The Namal use 3 weapons for this hunt: a blunt arrow, a 3-pronged arrow, and a throwing stick. Cane cut from the forest makes the arrow shaft. They massage any bends or kinks to create a perfectly straight arrow. Then they insert the blunt arrow head.
Perfect. That is so straight. Incredible. And it would then hit a flying fox and knock it out of the sky. So this one is quite a lethal arrowhead, and can go into the body. Into the body. Okay. Not a straightforward hunt, that's for sure. 3 different strategies, 3 different weapons.
They think I'm ready for the flying fox hunt, but I'm having reservations.
On a personal note, it feels a bit weird for me to be going on a flying fox hunt. I used to have them in my house, hand rearing babies that were orphans, so it doesn't feel very natural to be doing this, but I have to remember that these people are getting the flying foxes for food.
As we head out into the jungle, it begins to rain. For Linkai, it's a blessing. It will help mask our scent and footsteps.
Linkai's trying to find a flying fox now.
This is the first of 2 flying fox hunts. This one is with a bow and arrow, during the day. Flying foxes are not really foxes at all, but large fruit bats. They are one of the largest species in the world, weighing up to 1 kilogram with a wingspan of over 1 metre. For this hunt, it's just me and Linkai, the best hunter in the village. He has a 90% success rate. Flying foxes sleep during the day, and Linkai knows that most bats will roost deep in the valleys, where it's quiet and windless. So that's where we're heading.
I've got to keep up with him, he just moves so quickly and silently.
Silence is imperative. Flying foxes have extremely good hearing, 4 times that of humans. Any noise will frighten them off. Linkai only has 3 arrows, That's just 3 chances to get dinner for tonight.
I'm just wondering whether I'm making too much noise with him. He gets up so close. We're going to head through.
I've scared them off.
Well done, HT.
Link Eye is not concerned. The bats will return shortly. The Namal only hunt flying foxes for part of the year. This allows time for breeding and guarantees meat for the following year. Now, it's a waiting game.
There's flying foxes all around us now.
Link Eye's arrows are designed to hit stationary bats. If they continue to fly around, it's going to be impossible to hit one. I think he hit it. But it's flown off ahead. The flying fox is stunned. Link Eye knows it can't go far.
You got him. You got him.
It's still holding on.
Okay.
A little encouragement. What precision. 3 out of 3 body hits.
Okay, so you got him in the wing with the bow, an arrow. And then he flew and landed here. And with a broken wing, he couldn't fly. Okay, well, he's well and truly dead now. Amazing accuracy. Top work, Lingo.
Yeah.
Lua.
The kids are busy learning to hunt. The boys start at a very early age, making slingshots and hurling rocks at birds. But some of the girls are way ahead of them. Meet Kinem, Link Eye's daughter. At 7 years old, she's already a promising hunter.
Jij me ook met de klas met mij naar koelen. Jij me laf met mij meer nap en muan.
All the Namal know where to grab a quick bite. It's clementine season. This is the tribal way of life. The forest looks after them, and they look after the forest. It will be dusk soon, the perfect time for our second flying fox hunt. High in the air with throwing sticks.
Like this?
Yeah.
This one is good for. It's very heavy.
See, it's heavy wood, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you throw that through the sky.
Yeah. I'll make the my size like this. You see?
Okay.
You see?
So
Yeah,
the length
to here.
to your
Yeah.
top of your shoulder. That's gonna work.
Flying foxes are fast, rocketing up to 50 kilometres per hour as they surf the wind. Unlike other bats, flying foxes don't have the ability to echolocate. They fly at dusk to feed through the night on pollen, nectar and fruit. The Namal know exactly where the flying foxes will be. They fly a predictable pattern based on the fruit in season. At dusk, flying foxes travel from the lowest valleys to the highest treetops. The Namal hunters wait for them there, on platforms.
So they've just gone ahead and found a suitable tree. 2 minutes and they're up this tree. Like, incredible skill again, I just can't believe it. You can see the guys just over there and they're just sizing up whether it's going to be a fantastic spot. And you can see there's a couple of, they've disturbed a couple of bats now.
We have just 1 hour to build a hunting platform set high into the canopy. The hunters need to be in line with the bat's flight path so they can hit them with enough power. These men effortlessly balance 15 metres in the air. They are securing the platform, big enough for only one hunter.
I have a funny feeling that this is for my benefit. I think they'd normally just scale it up, but they're making a bit of a handrail for an old man.
This is by far the most dangerous hunt I've been on.
This is the same as watching a predator. Watching a predator hunt his prey.
It's dusk. The flying foxes are all around. The wind is in Tom's face, and large masses of bats are flying at him.
So close. So close.
Tom focuses. He singles out one specific flying fox from the group. This is his target. He is waiting for the bat to ride the wind towards his platform, to get close enough for a deadly hit. Tom throws the stick head on at the bat to maximise impact.
What I'm starting to realise is that these men risk their lives on a daily basis to get food for their families.
The wind changes direction. The flying foxes soar higher than the platform.
Tom's just left this lower platform and he's now gone up this tree. He's about 5 stories high at the moment.
To match their flight path, Tom goes even higher.
Lots of flying foxes right over there. Stay very quiet.
Tom is now balancing on a limb, over 20 meters high. If he falls, he will die. I can't believe the risks these men take to get food.
Just hit that one. But the stick just hit the bat right on.
Hayden.
You got him. Wow. Amazing.
I get him. I get him. I get him.
Tom kills the bat quickly.
Hayden. Lucky.
Wow.
That's a lucky hunting.
So, where did you actually hit on the body when you threw the stick?
With the stick, I hit here. Here.
Across there?
Across.
Okay, and that's what brought him out of the sky?
Yeah. Do you this already or no?
I've never tasted flying fox before.
Really? Oh,
No.
it's your lucky. You can eat. You can this.
Flying fox is a delicacy, hunted for just 6 months of the year. It's the Namal's favourite meat, so I'm curious what it tastes like.
Yeah? I'll have mine well done, thanks, Tom. Very good. Really good, Tom. Wow. Hot. I'm going to tell you something interesting, Tom. Here I am sitting, eating a flying fox with you. Many years ago, I used to care for baby ones, baby flying foxes. If their mothers had been killed where I lived, we would hand raise them or bottle, give them milk, and then grow them till they were full grown and release them.
This is like a meat when you see and you kill it.
Yeah.
But the Namal don't only hunt on land and in the air. Today, all the men and boys have hiked for 10 kilometres to the river. The Namal are known on Tanna for being great hunters. For 1,000 years, they've been passing their skills on to their children. Catching an eel will make the near vertical descent well worth the effort.
It really is. Incredibly steep. I'm concentrating on climbing. These guys are eating coconuts on the way down. Seems to be getting steeper and steeper. They're actually cutting steps into the cliffside to get down. It's like
It's like a prehistoric world. It's like you've just walked into... You expect to see dinosaurs coming up through that valley there. The Namal know during the day, eels, shrimp and crabs are secretive, hiding under logs and boulders. So these hunters have developed an ingenious way of flushing them out. What will we discover under the rocks? The Namal's river hunting strategy involves removing large rocks that are causing the water to pool. It's not just a matter of picking up these small stones. These things are weighing like 50 to 100 kilograms, these stones, and really, really slippery. You could easily drop one on your foot. After moving the rocks, the water level drops about 1 metre. The pools drain, exposing the prey. Right away, we find tiny snacks, crabs and shrimp. No sign of an eel. Look, eel, 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 eel. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? You can feel it. You can actually feel it under there. It looks like Tom's taking some more rocks away to drop the water level even further. The hunters are ready for the kill, waiting with knives. Yeah! So slippery, but success. Everyone's pretty happy with this. This is a very edible eel. Lua, lua. This is for me.
Yeah. You get the head of the eel.
Thank you. Looks fantastic. Is this a favorite meat for everyone?
Nice, huh?
Oh, very good. Really good.
It's enough for you?
It's enough for me.
Come on! Last man. Lua!
Lua, lua. Hunting with the Namal, I'll never forget. These hunters are unbelievably skillful, put to the test every day in the water, air, and on land. We got inside their heads to understand their hunting strategies. They showed how generations have crafted simple but deadly weapons specific to the animals on Tanna. I hope the Namal's hunting traditions last for another 1,000 years. I'm with the Jahai tribe, and we're surrounded by danger.
The hunters could be coming to hunt
The world's oldest blowpipe hunters survive using ancient weapons.
My goodness, the skill.
And animal cunning.
Incredible, fantastic.
I'm Hayden Turner. As a zookeeper, I looked after monkeys for 10 years. But today in this Malaysian rainforest, I'm with the Jahai tribe and they're hunting them. Here, wildlife is food, not a zoo exhibit. The survival of these men depends on the animals around them. These hunters understand animal behaviour here better than anyone in the world. And I want to learn from them. Masters of stealth and precision, the Jahai have developed supremely efficient weapons. Their blowpipes shoot deadly darts at 180 kilometres per hour, nearly as fast as a peregrine falcon in flight. I'll be with these men for the next 10 days, and I've got so much to learn. Only in his 30s, Aziz is already the most accurate shooter in the village. Quiet and focused. He has 4 young children to feed. His youngest is just 3 months old. Quadri's the head of the small village where I'm staying. He has to ensure that all 8 families living there are fed every day. At 45, he's been hunting for over 30 years. He's the best hunter in the village. On this hunt, the monkeys have the advantage. High up in the treetops, 35 metres above us, they can see for 20 kilometres. To make a kill, Quadri and Aziz need to be within 50 metres of the monkeys. So it's with stealth that they outwit their clever prey.
I'm really worried that I'm going to be more of a problem on the hunt than a positive force. It's all about stealth, it's all about quiet, it's all about whispering, it's all about hand signals. It's not a run and a chase through the forest. So with these size 10s on, I'm going to have to watch my step. So they use all their senses. They stop, they listen, they look, they even smell, and then there's a sixth sense that they just have about the bush.
This hunt has 3 phases. Find the prey, get close, then deliver a fatal dart. But the monkeys mustn't see, hear or smell us. So we have to stay hidden. This is really draining me. It's the humidity that's getting to me. I've never been in a Malaysian rainforest before, and I'm just not used to it. It's early in the morning, so Quadri and Aziz know the monkeys will be feeding. They hunt over a huge range, covering an area bigger than London. But Quadri's led us straight to the right trees.
Quadri, this monkey. Okay. So this is fresh. Fresh enough to know that there was some activity here. These trees are in fruit at the moment, so it's a good place for the men to look. Keep going.
We've got to spot the monkeys before they spot us. Intelligent, social, and highly vocal, they communicate with each other over a kilometre. Alert one monkey, and the whole troop will take flight. Quadri spots some monkeys. Now the hunt is on.
I can't say what species they are, but incredible vision. Absolutely incredible vision. It's like a couple hundred meters away.
These hunters can spot animals I can't even see. Because they use their vision every day to find prey, their eyesight has become much better than 2020. Quadri sees that some monkeys have stopped eating. It's a sign that they're getting wary. We stop. Hidden from view, we watch and wait. We've already hiked 5 kilometres in 32-degree heat. The men have hardly broken a sweat, but I'm soaked through.
Dusky monkey.
Ah, monkey.
Okay. So, I think Quadri's telling me that it's a dusky monkey. He just went like this, which is circles around its eyes. Dusky leaf monkey.
Quadri knows the species because of the troop's behaviour. Dusky leaf monkeys spread out when foraging, and now they're on the move. These monkeys can weigh up to 12 kgs, but they'll only yield about half as much meat as a turkey of the same size. To feed all 35 people in the village, the men need to catch at least 2. That could be an alarm call. Have we lost the prey? I'm really torn here. Part of me wants the animals to get away, but if we don't bring back some meat, there's only maize, rice and tapioca to eat in the village, which is all the tribe had for breakfast, their only other meal of the day. Finally, I see one of the monkeys. The troop's within range, just 40 metres away. To better their chance of a kill, Aziz and Quadri separate. Separating doubles the hunter's chance of success, but it also doubles the risk of being spotted. The darts are tipped with a deadly poison. Once it enters the bloodstream, it stops the animal's heart. That can happen in seconds, or it can take hours, depending on where the dart hits and the size of the prey. Aziz shoots. He hits a monkey. The darts are silent, so the other monkeys aren't alarmed. Quadri takes a shot. He hits another. We've been hunting for 5 hours, but we could still go back empty-handed. If the monkeys are startled, they'll be off before the poison takes effect.
Bit of a coughing sound the monkey makes before it falls out of the tree.
But the second monkey is still in the tree.
can see it up there. Well, success.
Nothing is wasted. Brains, tail, liver, everything is eaten, except where the poisoned dart pierced the skin. Even so, these two monkeys will only provide about 8 kgs of meat, about the same as 6 chickens.
And it doesn't really matter what my perception of wildlife is, because to the Jahai, wildlife is food, is their family, and the forest supplies them with everything. This place is a very important place to them.
Without monkey meat, the Jahai's diet would be so deficient in calories they wouldn't survive. 40% of the Jahai's protein comes from monkeys. But at least tonight, everyone will eat well, because the Jahai way is to share. Community is everything. Each family receives an equal share, which they cook and eat at home. 80% of the Jahai's food is protein from meat or fish. The survival of the whole village depends on the hunters. The Jahai live in the northernmost part of the Malay Peninsula, near the border with Thailand, in the Belem-Temengor forest. They are one of 18 indigenous tribes of mainland Malaysia. But as the Western world encroaches onto their land, their traditional way of life is being eroded. Today there are fewer than 900 Jahai. Their ancestors were the first people to live in this ancient forest. For thousands of years, they've passed their traditions and hunting strategies down through the generations. This forest still gives the Jahai everything they need: shelter, food, medicines, weapons. It provides, but it also kills. The Jahai share this forest with dangerous animals. They can't grow many crops or vegetables, as their village would be raided by hungry elephants. A tiger took a young boy from a village nearby. It's too dangerous for the Jahai to keep any farm animals or store any fresh meat. So the hunters must bring home food every day. And they use only ancient weapons.
These pieces are made by hand, and all the materials come from the forest. So it's not like you've gone down the shop to try and buy a few parts to make your blowpipe. Every single part comes out of the environment.
The smallest bend and the blowpipe wouldn't work. These precision weapons must be as straight as the barrel of a gun. Yet Quadri and Jakub only use a razor blade and their eyesight. Jakub lives in a neighbouring village. At 45, he's a very experienced hunter and a close friend of Quadri's. And today, they've joined forces to hunt a giant rodent. But every time these men go hunting, they risk their lives.
We're in the same terrain, the same environment. There's tigers, an Asiatic elephant, and at any point, the hunters could become the hunted. We're en route to hunt porcupines. From what I gather, we're going to get the tracks, locate the burrow, and then smoke them out. Now, I've had first-hand experience with porcupines in the wild, and they can turn grown men into running children.
Just one porcupine can provide 15 kgs of meat. High in fat and calories, one animal can give 5 times more meat than a small monkey. There are 24 species found worldwide. Today we're hunting Malayan porcupines. They have over 30,000 needle-sharp quills, weigh up to 30 kgs, and they're aggressive. When threatened, they will attack. Porcupine are nocturnal, so we're looking for tracks that will lead us to their burrows. Even in this dense undergrowth, it takes Quadri, Jakub and Caillou just minutes to find footprints. Caillou is in his 60s and a grandfather to 2, but he's still an expert tracker. So here, I can see the toenails there. Like here, here. These footprints mean that porcupines are close, but elephants may be closer. Just last night, the cameraman and I were woken up by a 30-year-old bull elephant. He was investigating what was in our tent, whilst we were still in it. It was a tense time. Last year, wild elephants killed 500 people. It's fresh elephant dung and still warm. They have just been here, and they're in this vicinity right here. We've got to be extremely careful here. Very, very quiet. Now, we're really on our guard. For thousands of years, the Jahai have lived with the threat of elephants. They do everything they can to avoid them, but even in this vast forest, confrontations still happen. Caillou's keeping watch, but I'm not sure what Quadri's doing. Jakob, what are these for? Put in the ground to block the holes. So you put them like this. Yeah. And that'll be in front of the hole, so the animal can only come out of one hole. First, we've got to find the burrow. Caillou is searching for the freshest tracks. Even though the prints are only 4 centimetres across, by spotting minute differences in the definition of the tracks, the hunters have led us straight to an active burrow. Porcupine burrows are a complex system of tunnels and chambers, measuring up to 18 metres long. With any number of entry and exit holes, the hunters must block off each one. So the men are now finding the entry and the exit holes. The men are very, very cautious because these things have to be stuck in very, very hard. This is a formidable creature. So the men now have decided that this is the burrow. These are the 2 points of entry and exit. They've checked for other areas and it seems to be time to smoke them out. The plan is to fan in enough smoke to alarm the animal, but not kill it while it's still inside the burrow. Okay. So the smoking has started down there. They're fanning the smoke into the burrow, and the smoke will rise up the burrow. The men have strategically placed the sticks in a way that the animal's head will be able to come through, but not its body. And that way, Jakob will be able to spear it without getting a quill in his leg, or in my legs for that matter. You can see the smoke coming out right now, that quickly. The porcupine could come out here any minute. I really don't want to get close to this creature. A porcupine quill could go right through my arm.
A lot of people underestimate the fierce ability of porcupines. I've seen them in the wild myself, and I've seen large predators like leopard and lion try and take on a porcupine, and they will assault. They will back themselves in either sideways. There's another bat. Woohoo! Did you see him? There's a lot of bats flying out of here as well. I can see why the men and myself are a little bit on edge. You can hear the quills coming up.
One spear kills the porcupine in seconds.
Oh my goodness. Just came out of there like lightning.
But this hunt isn't over.
There's another one coming.
The sticks give the men time to spear the porcupine, but I didn't realise that it would only be seconds. I can hear the porcupine's quills. I know it's close, but it stopped moving. Suddenly, Quadri takes a big risk.
So that one's actually already dead.
Asphyxiated by the smoke.
2 porcupines from the one burrow. And this is on the top of the list of meat for the Jahai. That is a very, very good day's hunting.
These 2 porcupines will provide about 30 kilograms of meat. This will feed everyone in Jakob and Quadri's villages tonight. But these porcupines don't just provide food.
Saya nak buat ini, saya nak ni ha. Saya nak lagu ni. Penakai lagu ni.
So these are the best ones for the nose.
Ya.
Okay.
The Jahai use porcupine quills as jewellery. Quills are modified hair, made from keratin, the same substance as our hair and nails. Similar to the shaft of a feather, they are hollow tubes, but with a very, very sharp point.
When did you get your nose pierced?
Saya semuda saya orang dulu ya orang buat ni, orang cucuk ni. Kalau tak ada orang dulu yang paham tu. Ini bahasa Jahai lah ni.
That would be a good one for my nose.
Pilih yang ada dia ada ilok tu baru ada. Ini.
Okay, Quadri, go.
Oh, takut lah. Takut sakit.
I'm joking. So that was exactly to plan. It was straight out of the Jahai textbook of hunting. Incredible, just great success. I mean, the men are going home with fantastic amount of meat for the rest of the village. What can you say?
The villagers never know what's on the evening menu. There are no hunting seasons here. The men don't decide what to hunt. They just enter the forest and read the signs left by their prey. The Jahai survive because they know so very well the animals that they share this forest with. A new day, a new hunt. We're going fishing. Over half of the Jahai's diet is fish. We're heading a kilometre downstream of the village, but we're not taking any nets, lines or rods. All we need is these logs, because they contain a deadly poison, rotenone. Found in at least 68 plants around the world, it's a naturally occurring insecticide used by organic farmers. It inhibits the ability of cells to absorb oxygen. The men are about to release this poison into the creek. As it flows downstream, it suffocates the fish. They rise to the surface where they're easily caught. But first, we've got to extract it.
You can see that's where the branch went in on the inside there. And this is the bark area. And that seems to be what they're after, because that is got the toxin.
Rotenone is most deadly once it enters the bloodstream. So the men take great care not to injure themselves as they beat and then wring out the bark to release the poison. The rotenone forms a toxic foam. It's deadly, especially to children. To keep them safe, they are forbidden from leaving the village. The Jahai are fiercely protective of their children. As a father to a young family, I understand how they feel, but I live in the UK. Here, we're surrounded by danger at all times. This is a very different world.
Is it poisonous to humans?
This stream will be deadly for 3 days. No one will drink this toxic water for several days, but the fish are safe to eat. Only small amounts of rotenone enter their bloodstream through their gills. The Jahai use the poison just once a year in each stream. This protects the fish's numbers. I think this is going to be easy.
Look at that. Wow. Hey. Oh. Oh no. I've dropped the first fish I dropped. Good? Good? Good food? We've got a fair few of these.
These small fish are an important source of calcium for the Jahai. But can I catch one?
I didn't think I'd be catching fish with my bare hands. They are a little bit stunned though.
It takes half an hour to collect all the fish from this small creek. But this isn't the only toxin that the Jahai use. Masters of poison. They know the ipo tree produces the deadliest sap of all. Just half a teaspoon could be fatal. This tree is the source of the Jahai's killing power. They've been using it for thousands of years.
Kodri told me to cover my eyes because getting any of this in your eye can be very, very dangerous. It amazes me that he hasn't got any eye protection whatsoever and hasn't got one bit in his eye yet.
This tree produces antirin, a cardiac glycoside. It slows, then stops the heart. This poison is strong enough to kill a man in minutes.
Don't get it on yourself. It's okay. You have to look. Will I die? I'll wash it, for sure.
The smallest cut or scratch on my hand, and I'd be dead. To work, the poison must enter the bloodstream. The Jahai have found the perfect way to inject it.
That is a lethal weapon, and there's no antidote.
the men applied just the right amount to kill, without overloading the dart, because that would affect its flight.
Quadri, has anyone ever stuck themselves?
Dia cucuk dia punya batang ni, batang ling tu dia cucuk, lepas tu dia patah. Mau tarik je mati balik tu, dia mau cucuk lagi tu, dia tarik, dia kena di sini. Dia kena sini. Lepas tu terus dia kata terima kasih, dia kata dia punya anak tu cakap. Dia pesan dia punya anak tu, terima kasih anak, saya mau meninggal dah. Dia kata. Oh. Sayang dia, aduh. Tahun lepas.
These darts weigh less than 1 gram and are 30 centimetres long. This length gives them greater accuracy and a better trajectory. With a hand-carved flight for stability, they can travel over 180 kilometres an hour. They fly silently, so the hunters don't alert their prey when they miss. It's a crucial piece of Jahai engineering.
So they're just slowly shaving little pieces off this palm frond into a round skewer-like dart, and then finally honing the end till it's like a needle.
Oh,
Ay.
dengan pakai barik.
That is so sharp.
The hunters only take 10 darts per hunt.
I would need 100.
Kalau 100 dia lambat sikit, 100 tu lambat sikit. Mungkin 2 hari baru habis 100.
I would finish 200 in 1 hour.
As the world's oldest blowpipe hunters, the Jahai's skills have been honed over thousands of years. Each hunter then perfects them over his own lifetime. And now, it's my turn.
So this is blowpipe school.
Okay.
Now there's the target.
Bedil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you show me first.
I've never done this before, but Quadri effortlessly balances the 2-metre-long pipe.
First go. Oh no. I'm never going to be able to do this. So, what do I have
I've got
to
a
do?
lot to learn. Quadri's been hunting since he was 12 years old.
This is not going to be pretty. Okay.
Yang tengah yang satu tu.
Angkat.
Atas lagi. Atas lagi. Tu suka lu.
Okay.
Let's go.
Buat.
Let's go. I don't believe it. That is fantastic. There's the difference. Mine actually just penetrate a few centimetres, maybe an inch or so. Theirs go right through and only leave the flight on the outside. Okay, let's tweak. Shall we move back here? Quadri. Quadri?
Now, it's time to up the stakes.
Feeling very unconfident at this point.
The men can shoot accurately up to 50 metres. They could hit a can of drink from the other end of an Olympic swimming pool. Let's see how I measure up at that distance.
I'm going to copy everything you do here. That is incredible.
But it.
That is incredible.
Right on the target.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. Oh boy, here we go. This is going to take a...
Atas ini.
I didn't even make the target. I didn't even make the range.
Sekali lagi.
Are you breathing from here?
Oh.
Yeah. That's definitely technique here. I don't have the technique or the capacity. You're like smoking all day. And they've still got better lung capacity than I have. What's that saying? Get back to the gym, HT. But for now, it's back to work. Today, all the villagers had to eat is wild tubers and tapioca. So we're going blowpipe hunting. From the moment we start this hunt, Quadri, Yaqub and Aziz read the forest like a book. It's late in the day, so the men know prey will be out looking for food. So the men are now making noises to each other and to hand signals, and they use their blowpipe to point in an exact direction where the animal is. The men just heard. I heard it also. Something moving in the foliage up in the canopy. It's a small squirrel, but it's still food. With 35 people to feed, these hunters have to take advantage of every opportunity that this forest provides. These guys, the men here, walk through the bush barefoot silently. Not me. Suddenly, Quadri stops us. The squirrel has frozen. It's on full alert. Squirrels can see in a 300-degree wide arc with exceptionally sharp focus. Without moving its head, it can see in detail what is below, above, and next to it. Once the squirrel relaxes, it's safe for us to edge closer. Agile, camouflaged, and only as big as a man's hand, these squirrels are tiny targets. I can barely see them, but Aziz is preparing to take aim. Squirrels have better sight, smell, and hearing than humans, so it's only a matter of time before it spots us. Aziz takes his shot. Just missed him. The squirrel's now alarmed. The speed that dart came out, I can't tell you. It was so fast, and he was so close. Now, the hunt starts all over again. It was very interesting to watch how the men work together, like predators would do in the wild. From what I've seen, there's two snipers going out. One's actually ready to shoot. The other one is a spotter. Their teamwork pays off. Aziz has a squirrel in his sights. But one wrong move and the prey will be off. Aziz can't let his concentration waver for an instant. The squirrel is unaware that we're meters below. Aziz's first dart missed, but he's aiming for a target only 20 centimeters big. It's not even as big as my boot. He's hit it. The poison works within seconds on this small animal. The first dart didn't make a noise, but I heard when the second dart hit, made a really nice, like a thudding sound. Where did the dart hit you? In the side. In the side of the ribs. And the men can actually tell by the sound of the impact of the dart where it has hit the animal on its body. That's it. Right there, you can see his tail just in the tree there. They're just trying to knock it out of the tree right now. When in doubt, you climb in this part of the world. My goodness, the skill and the strength. There's nothing easy about getting food from this forest. Up, probably about 1 story high now. Probably about 2 stories high. Country. Amazing. He's got him. He's got him. He's got him in his hand. Wow. The dart is still in him. That is incredible. That target from about 40 metres away, I would say, at least 50 metres even. 150 feet, and right in the ribs. This hunt isn't over. We need at least 3 squirrels to feed 1 family. Ever alert, Jakub sees something. Aziz hits it, even though I can't see what it is yet. Definitely heard a thud hit the ground. Another squirrel. Incredible. Not to be outdone, Quadri's got a surprise for me as well. Another one. Another one. Where did... Just under the arm. Wow. That's like the best hunting professional. Incredible, fantastic. What I've learned from the Jahai is that the forest is everything to them. The plants, the animals, this is their life. They're not cut off or detached from the Western world, they choose to be here. They need this forest for their survival and to preserve their culture. It's been a great privilege for me to learn from these amazing hunters. Join me on a hunt with the Baka. Oh my goodness. Massive Fearless nomads of the jungle. They carve their teeth to eat their prey. Use their voice as a weapon.
Sometimes I feel like we're the prey. I got one.
And kill with poisonous darts. I'm Hayden Turner. As a zookeeper, I looked after animals for years. But today, I'm deep in the jungle of Central Africa with the Baka tribe, and they're hunting. For the Baka, wildlife isn't a zoo exhibit. They kill to survive. These men understand animal behaviour here better than anyone in the world. And I want to learn from them. The Baka are nomadic pygmies, now called forest people. It's been 5 days since their last kill. If they don't kill today, back in camp, 30 women and children will go to sleep hungry.
What we're going to get, nobody knows. But you can really feel the excitement and the energy amongst the men.
My home for the next 10 days will be this dense jungle. It's one of the most remote places I've ever been to. And I'm definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm worried I won't be able to keep up. There's no path and visibility is under 5 meters. If I get separated from the men, I will be in big trouble.
You only have to miss each other for like about 20 meters in this forest and it's all over.
The Baka share this forest with leopards, elephants, and one of Africa's most dangerous animals, buffalo.
You become like a bit of a human pincushion. Every single thing in this forest has got spikes on it.
Already, my legs are torn to shreds.
That's like...
This really is a jungle, and injuries are vicious. Biango, a hunter in his 20s with 5 kids, lost an eye to this forest, gouged out by a tree branch during a fierce hunt.
Yeah?
Now he's partially blind. It's a massive handicap for him. In this forest, you need your sight to survive. But he still has to hunt. Fewer hunters would mean less food for the tribe. So with his close friend Mbanga, he's looking for tracks.
Definitely something up ahead. They're onto something.
This isn't just a stream. It's also the tracks of a giant. 40 centimetres wide and at least 20 centimetres deep. I've seen tracks like this before, but never this large.
Hey, Baka. And through here is the mark or the track, believe it or not, of a snake. A big snake. To leave a track that heavy, it's got to be a big snake.
I think this could be an African python. Aggressive, dangerous, and up to 7 meters long. They strike, suffocate, and then swallow their prey whole.
And look at this, yeah. This is the, here. Yeah, so the belly, this has got to be big. This has got to be massive.
The trail is clean, with no foliage covering it. That means it's fresh. We've got to be extremely careful. And here I am, stuck in the mud. The hunters freeze. It's the scent of snake's dung. It smells like rotten eggs. Fresh dung means the snake is close. If we find it, the hunters will only have seconds to strike before the snake has a chance to attack. I'm not really sure what's going on right now. Oh my goodness. Massive, massive. Oh my God. Mbanga cuts off the snake's head with his machete. Blood sprays onto the camera.
Wow. This is a massive African python. It's got to be 4 or 5 meters long. And it's eaten something, and you can see the massive bulge in its belly there. And it hasn't been able to get away.
This snake must weigh over 100 kilos. It takes 4 of us to move it.
Unbelievable. I've never seen an African python this long in the wild.
Mbanga landed the fatal blow. In his late 20s, he is the tribe's most promising young hunter. And this snake's head will raise his rankings.
It could easily swallow a small child, and it's definitely swallowed something bigger than a small child. We'll soon find out.
After surviving on a diet of vegetables and roots, this is vital protein that the tribe needs. Over 80 kilograms of snake steak, and the animal inside may provide an extra meal.
There's the animal's head right there.
An offensive, putrid, sewer-like smell fills the air.
It really does smell incredibly bad.
It's a duiker, an antelope the size of a goat, swallowed whole, head first. But this meat is rotten and inedible. The Baka will eat 80% of the snake, as it's mostly lean muscle meat. 2/3 of the snake will be eaten while it's fresh over the next 2 days. The rest will be smoked once they get the meat back to camp. To do that, they use backpacks, jungle style.
There's going to be a party in the old town tonight.
The Baka live in southeast Cameroon, in the Jahai Reserve. It's a remote rainforest. The film crew and I travelled here for 3 days to reach the edge of the jungle. Then, with 40 local porters and an armed guard, we trekked into this jungle on foot. The Baka are traditional nomadic hunter-gatherers. They roam the jungle year-round, establishing new hunting camps every few weeks. 50 men, women and children live here, and they don't need to rely on the modern world. I've pitched my tent next to the Baka's traditional huts made out of branches and leaves. I've brought some of my own food, but if there's enough, I'm hoping to taste some of the food that we hunt. 50% of the Baka's protein comes from meat. Both men and women hunt, but it's just the men who hunt the large and dangerous animals. Music is a huge part of Baka life. Song and dance are their way of communicating with the spirits of the forest.
I've never had a welcome like that, ever, anywhere in the world.
But the Baka have one terrifying tradition that scares even a fearless hunter like Mebanga to the core. Mebanga, Joko. The Baka have an excruciatingly painful ritual. They chisel their teeth to eat meat more easily. It also helps with dental hygiene. No flossing needed here. For the Baka, sharp teeth are a sign of beauty. We've all been to the dentist. There's no way in the world that I could ever imagine the pain that must be to have pieces chipped off your tooth with a sharp knife and a heavy piece of steel. Ugh. Close to midnight, and I'm lying exhausted in my tent. I'm woken by some really strange sounds. As I enter the camp, I cannot believe my eyes. Something very special has happened tonight. Iyengi, the spirit of the forest, has come to visit the village. He's about 2 meters tall, and they call upon him to bring good luck for upcoming hunting expeditions. These people are happy people, and the experience that I'm having, their happiness is washing over me. The next morning, Awa, the Baka healer, performs an important ritual. It's to make us strong and invisible, so we can hunt one of the most flighty animals in the forest, the duiker. Duikers are small antelopes, extremely shy and elusive creatures. When alarmed, they make a distinctive bleating call. It's this call that the Baka use to their advantage. They imitate this distress call because it attracts the duiker to them. Leading this hunt is Ngong, one of the tribe's most experienced hunters. Always smiling, he's told me stories about his father, a legendary hunter, who passed all his skills onto Ngong. Near a small creek where he knows duiker are likely to drink, he's looking for tracks. Is the track of a... Sorry. The track of an antelope. This leaf was over the top of that, and Ngong saw the sign. I don't know how, but saw the sign of that track right there going that way. There are always dangers in this forest, but at this time of year, forest buffalo have their young. I know how dangerous these animals can be. If we were to get between a cow and her calf, she could attack and easily kill us. The duiker tracks lead us deep into the jungle. The size of a small dog, duikers move easily through even the thickest undergrowth. We move much slower, and I'm finding it exhausting. But soon, more signs that we're on the right track.
Oh, it's very strong smelling. And this is quite moist still. A fantastic indicator that there's a duiker close by.
It's crucial that we find the right location for our first calling spot. The duiker could approach from any direction, so the caller stands in the middle, surrounded by a hunter at each entry point of the clearing.
There's thick vegetation in front of us. The caller is over here, and the hunters have disappeared in a fan shape out into the bush here. There's one over there, one over there, one there, one there, and one there. And they'll be poised, ready to strike. We've got to get down.
The hunters imitate the duiker's call by closing their nasal passages with their hand. The call has to be perfect, otherwise the animals won't approach. It takes years of practice. The hunters call over 500 times in a day's hunt and stop in up to 15 different clearings. I'm starting to wonder if this actually works. Each time the hunters call, they put themselves in danger. Other predators also respond to these distress calls. We could easily attract a leopard. One of the hunters spots movement in the vegetation. Suddenly, a duiker appears.
That's how it goes, but it definitely works. That distress call definitely attracts other adults to come and investigate. Very, very clever. We've been cutting our way through this jungle for 8.5 hours now. and it starts to get to you.
Now I really understand why the Baka call the duikers towards them. It's really their only chance of catching one. This animal is too flighty to stalk, and the jungle is way too dense to chase them. The Baka only kill what they can eat. But some of their neighbours decimate the animal population with illegal hunting.
I just trod in this wire snare here. When I see that, that makes me shudder. Because it's indiscriminate hunting using this. Why so many chimps and gorillas and other animals lose their limbs and their lives. Commercial poaching and illegal hunting have the sort of detrimental effects to wildlife, but also to people like the Baka. And I'm going to take that and get rid of it.
It's getting late, but we have no choice. We have to keep going. For the Baka, it's either hunt or go hungry. During a hunt, silently, the men stand absolutely still, ready to strike. They don't move a muscle. It takes supreme concentration and total body control. A duiker appears out of the undergrowth. It's only 10 metres away. The hunters must wait. It's too far away to spear. The caller continues. Transfixed, the animal moves forward. 5 metres now. Just a few more seconds. Now, another distress call, but this one is real.
Left. They got one.
Mebunga, who killed the python, also speared the duiker.
So you were hiding here? Okay.
Success for Mebunga and the tribe. Strategy, patience, and deep understanding of animal behaviour have paid off. Transfixed by the distress call, the duiker walks straight into the Baka's trap.
Hard for me to watch an antelope that I used to look after hunted, but I have to always remember this is forest food for these people.
5 hunters, 10 hours, 5 kilograms of meat. With some yams from the forest, it'll be enough for tonight's meal, but tomorrow we'll have to hunt again. Every gram of meat is valuable, and we are celebrated like heroes. It's an amazing feeling.
As well as being great hunters, they've got fantastic rhythm as well, which singles me out even more.
In true Baka style, we sing, dance and celebrate into the night. tender duiker cooked with forest spices and a root vegetable called cassava. Mbiato, a young widow with one son, is taking me on a hunt with the other women. We'll be looking for small forest animals. Baka women hunt about 40% of their family's protein. Just like the men, they have intimate knowledge of animal behaviour.
So the women are looking for something small, but this man is here with a spear because there's a lot of big things out here as well, and he's here to protect us.
First up, we're looking for tortoise. They're easy to catch and a common meal, but you need to know where to look.
It looks like tortoise. Ah, Joko.
Now we need to stop our catch from escaping.
Why do you scratch? Okay. And then they tie the vine around and they can transport it back to the village. Very ingenious. It's like a lunchbox. Okay.
There's about half a kg of meat on the tortoise.
Okay.
Enough for Mbiato's small family of 2. The rest of the camp needs to eat as well, so the hunt continues. But first we stop for a drink. I purify my water to avoid parasites, but 27-year-old Pando hacks off a vine full of naturally filtered water. The Baka use nature's purification system.
That is fantastic. Crystal clear, filtered water. It's just like it's out of a spring. That is very clever. Every single place I look, the women have just got this ability to see mushrooms, where a tortoise is, water out of a liana or a vine. Joko. This is literally a forest supermarket. Yeah.
Before I know it, Pando is on to the next hunt.
I wouldn't be putting my hand down a hole like that. But the women just know from that hole that they've seen there on the ground that there is something down here. Okay, something's happening. Okay. This is the food for the animal. So you know something's down there.
Giant pouched rats carry food underground in their cheek pouches. They are up to 5 times the size of their domestic cousins. Their large teeth can inflict serious damage. Active at night, the rat sleeps in its burrow during the day. The burrow is a maze of long passages, inner chambers and several exit holes. We must find them, then block them off before the rat can escape. Only 4 holes are left open. Hunters guard them with sharp sticks ready to strike. It's Mbiato's job to get the rat out of its burrow. So she's going to smoke it out. The fire must be lit at the lowest point of the burrow, the food storage chamber. But first, she needs to unblock the entrance, so she risks getting bitten. With the burrow unblocked, now the smoke can travel deep inside.
Everyone is standing in a semicircle. If the animal comes out of one of these burrows, they're going to be able to strike very, very quickly.
After 15 minutes, there's still no sign of this rat. Then Pando hears a noise at another hole and goes to check it out. The rat is already dead, asphyxiated by the smoke.
That is the biggest rat I've ever seen. Well, been to the supermarket, a tortoise, a giant rat, dinner sorted.
After a successful hunt, it's time to celebrate. So the women head to the river. They use the surface of the water as an instrument. With cupped hands, they create drumming sounds. Back at camp, I'm with Ekasome. In his late 50s, he's a quietly spoken, humble man. But to the tribe, he's the master of the crossbow. Introduced by European merchants, the Baka have used this weapon for hundreds of years. And now, it's my turn to learn how to fire the crossbow.
Okay, Kwazame, show me how it's done. So you split the crossbow apart.
Ekasome draws the bowstring and places it into the notch.
Okay.
He uses a peg to separate the two limbs. To fire, he squeezes the limbs together. This releases the bowstring and the dart fires with great force.
Okay. Joko. Okay. Here I go. Everyone is watching. Okay. Like this? Okay. Okay.
With his crossbow, Ekasome can shoot accurately up to 30 metres. But I'm struggling with a target just 5 metres away.
This is my coach, but this is my team behind me here. It feels like the Baka Olympics. Hey!
This isn't a game. The crossbow is designed to kill. By applying deadly poison to the darts, the crossbow becomes a lethal weapon. 3 secret ingredients from the forest are used to make this poison. Ekasome is the only one who knows how to prepare this dangerous potion.
Ekasome just did something very, very important with his knife. He just made 2 little notches just here. And those little notches will weaken the dart, and the animal will normally try and brush it off. It will break at that point and stay in the animal. The poison then enters the bloodstream and starts to take effect.
The active component is Walbane, a cardiac glycoside which can stop a human heart in under an hour. Now I'm going with Ekasome on a crossbow hunt. We're looking for one of the largest birds in the forest, the hornbill. To get close enough for a kill, we'll have to creep up on our prey. This hunt requires absolute stealth and silence.
Animals in the canopy can see movement on the forest floor very, very easily. It's near impossible. He can do it. I just don't seem to be able to have the technique. How do you find the animals? Do you look and listen? Okay.
The hornbill's wings beat loudly as it flies. Ekasome uses these sounds to track the birds in the canopy above.
It's like walking across a forest floor covered in potato crisps. It's impossible for me not to make a noise. I really feel like I'm letting him down. Now, here's completely overgrown on the outskirts, but a muddy swamp. We're up to our ankles in thick mud. Sometimes I feel like we're the prey.
Ekasome leads us through the swamp to an area with fruit trees. He knows that hornbills feed here late in the afternoon.
That's not because of us, that's just blind. Do another tree. We're vocalizing to each other. But I have to let Ekasome go forward by himself. And hopefully I can keep him in vision.
But then, something I did not expect. Ekasome uses his voice as a secret weapon.
Unbelievable. He just made a call and brought the birds over to us.
By imitating the bird's calling sound, Ekasome has lured 2 hornbills into the tree above him.
Wow, I wasn't expecting
Now the prey is close enough to take a shot. At 2 kilograms, crossbows are extremely hard to hold still. The smallest movement and he would miss. The dart makes a sound when fired, which may scare the birds away. He's missed.
He's reloading. He's reloading another dart. First one missed.
But the birds are still there.
Second shot. No, missed again. The birds are still there. Hugely difficult. Firing a crossbow like this is supposed to be more difficult than blowpipes or bow and arrow or anything.
Ekosome's shot is partially blocked by the dense canopy, so he can only see 10 centimetres of the bird's body. It's a tiny target.
He's moving a little bit closer. Try and get a better shot. I can't go forward. I will absolutely destroy this hunt for him if I go forward.
From his new position, Ekosome has a clear view of the hornbill. He aims. Now, we sit and wait for the poison to take effect. In a bird this size, it should only take minutes. I'm hoping that was the sound of the bird falling, but it could be something much more dangerous.
Look at that. It does, it looks like it's gone up into the brain. Straight through the lower part of its bill.
With as much meat as a chicken, this hornbill is a great catch.
That is knowledge and skill that should never be lost. I haven't ever been with a indigenous people before that has shown me more about animal behaviour in the bush.
In my time with the Baka, I've learnt that they are at one with this forest. They have shown me that this jungle is the basis of their existence, culture and happiness. With animal calls, ancient weapons and courage, the Baka are masters of survival. I'm going to take you into the world of the greatest hunters I've ever met.
That's the claw marks right there.
The San Tribe are masters of the desert. They're charging. Keep it rolling if you can. Tracking their prey for miles. Killing with poison arrows.
Yeah, my heart rate's up.
I'm Hayden Turner. As a zookeeper, I've cared for lots of large African animals. But today, I'm with the San Tribe in the Kalahari Desert, and they're hunting them. Here, wildlife is food, not a zoo exhibit. As hunters, these men's knowledge of animal behaviour here is the best on the planet. They have tracked and hunted animals in this African desert for around 60,000 years. They use arrows tipped with heart-stopping poison to kill their prey. I've got a lot to learn.
This is absolutely relentless. It's difficult to put into words what's happening right now. We've been walking since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now about 1:30 through this incredible heat. Baking earth, acacia thorns throughout your body. My skin feels like it's actually melting off. And you're constantly getting caught on stuff. The men just do it with such ease. At the moment, that water right there looks tasty to me.
Today, 5 of the best hunters from the village are taking me under their wing. They are led by Ngao, an elder with over 50 years of hunting experience. Ngao, now in his late 60s, has studied animals nearly all his life. This desert is his teacher and classroom. Also on the hunt are Touche, Toma, Ao, and Neishi. Their village has 29 mouths to feed, and they haven't eaten meat for 6 days. This hunt is not for sport. These men kill for food. We've picked up the tracks, also known as spoor, of a small antelope. It's a duiker. There are over 15 species of duiker in Africa, and all are armed with super sensors, oversized ears that provide exceptionally good hearing, and a brilliant sense of smell. The duiker will be a seriously hard target to track.
Tracking can be broken down into 3 main sections: simple tracking, systematic tracking, and speculative tracking. Simple tracking is the sort of thing I can do. Follow an animal's tracks to a waterhole or something like that. Systematic tracking is a little bit more difficult. You have to know a bit about the animal's behaviour and tracks and signs, symbols that they've left throughout the bush. But speculative tracking is when you come up with a plan or a hypothesis or a storyline, and that's what these men are so knowledgeable about.
The men visualise the movements of the animal we're hunting to predict its behaviour. They are virtually becoming the animal. I'm in Namibia, southwest Africa, in the Kalahari. Here, desert dominates the landscape. The Kalahari Desert covers an area about half the size of Mexico, just under 1 million square kilometres. The San people use 2 unique languages, one for village and family life, and one language of clicking sounds just for hunting.
You can hear the language that the men are using, their language. Experts think that the series of clicks that they use was developed so animals didn't identify normal speech pattern. They understand that those clicks fit into nature a little bit more deeply than our normal speech.
The temperature now is 42 degrees in the shade. There's not a drop of fresh water above ground. We've found these droppings. They're still moist. They can't be more than 2 hours old in this heat. And there are other signs of duiker as well.
The guys are looking at these fresh tracks right here, just discussing what direction they're going.
But for now, there's a much bigger worry. 3 bull elephants are feeding close by.
Elephants don't have a fantastic sense of sight, but they have great hearing and great sense of smell. So if we were upwind of them, they would get our scent very, very quickly. They probably would run. If they decided to defend themselves or investigate, we'd be in a bit of a position out here with not much vegetation cover and nowhere really to escape.
These elephants are wild and dangerous. Aggressive males will not hesitate to take us on if they decide we're on their turf.
The elephants are walking towards us here. We're in quite a spot right now. Okay.
Touche bravely stands his ground and tries to divert the charging elephants. They're charging. They're charging. Keep it rolling if you can. Elephants can run at about 30 kilometres an hour. They're going to be on top of us in about 20 seconds. I know we need to regroup, stand our ground and turn the elephants around by making as much noise as we can. There's no time for second chances. We have to do it right and do it now. It works. The elephants call off their attack and turn tail.
It's always an indication when the men run, I run.
About 500 people are killed each year by elephants, but the animals are not to blame. Both elephants and the San are being pushed into smaller and smaller spaces. As both animals and humans search for food and water, confrontations happen more and more. That was a close call. The guys seem pretty unfazed though, and they waste no time in refocusing and getting back to tracking the duiker. They have to if they want to eat meat today.
When the tracks get a little bit difficult to find, well, the men have to try and regain the tracks. They'll send two men out on the flank there, and they cover a massive area, and they come back together after they've gotten back on the track.
With no warning, the mood quickly changes in the men. Their body language is intense. The hunt has taken a twist.
Leopard is killed. My gosh, a leopard. Gosh, I've got goosebumps. Whew. We are right on the spot where a leopard has made a kill.
Leopard, steenbok, duiker.
Duiker. Duiker footprints there. And the leopard has grabbed it here. Come this way. Look at this fur here. There's a little bit of fur just here. Right there. Right there. And then it's dragged it through here. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ah, yeah. So exactly what a leopard would do. It would walk like this, and it would hold its prey in between its legs, like this, dragging it.
The leopard is likely to be feeding on the duiker close by.
Look at the drag marks here. Oh, look at that one. There's the back pad, you can see right there. That's the back pad of the leopard paw. And another, all the pads there. And this is the drag mark right through here. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm not entirely sure what's happening here, but we're following leopard prints.
Oh, wow.
This is fresh. I feel like I'm in a battle of apex predators. Me and the men versus a big cat. The winner gets to eat tonight. Not a situation I ever imagined myself getting into.
And this is duiker fur. And this is the opportunistic behaviour of the sun. If something comes into their path, they will just follow it. We might get there, the leopard might be there, the kill might be there, who knows?
Oh.
Look at that. Look at that. That is incredible.
Armed with brilliant camouflage, the leopard could be 10 metres away in the long grass, and we'd never see it until it was too late. Toma wants to move the duiker carcass onto open ground, so if the leopard does attack, we have a chance of seeing it coming and defending ourselves.
And I have to tell you now, yeah, my heart rate's up. My heart rate's up. This is where the leopard is already fed. It's taken out the chest and it's eaten, look at that, straight through those ribs. The power that's gone straight for the heart and all those really, really nutritious organs. And then it's stashed it in the bush to come back later. That's what we've got to keep an eye out on. This is not a situation you want to be in, unaware of a leopard approaching. These people rely off their environment. This is a classic indicator of predator versus predator. This is where the claws went in. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the claw marks right there, where the animal's been held. It's grabbed the animal by the throat with its mouth, and its claws have come around the back of the animal right there.
Similar in body mass to a goat, this 15-kilogram carcass will provide around 9 kgs of meat. Enough to feed 18 people. It'll yield a much-needed 1,000 calories and over 100 grams of protein per portion. Right now, we need to eat enough to fuel our 3-hour walk back to the village.
Liver. Okay. Dry. Very strong.
The rest of this kill will be a vital, nourishing meal for the women and children. Life in the village is a day-to-day challenge. Illegal poaching and government pressure has eroded traditional ways. By selling handmade jewellery or trading small amounts of livestock, families make just enough money to buy maize and flour. When possible, meals are supplemented by hunting meat, and giant rodents are a firm favourite.
It's like they've got their tracking radar on. Instead of walking in a line, they spread out and work as a team. And look, it's just beautiful to see that radar becomes from one person to 5 people out like that, scanning the ground constantly and reading exactly what's happened last night. It's really interesting to see as the men are looking for tracks and they think they're on the right spot. They always have a man out on the flank and he is checking to see if they're staying on the right spot and they haven't veered off it.
We found fresh spoor. The pace is picking up.
Okay, yeah, look at that. Wow, so the porcupine is actually dug at this spot. This is really, really fresh, and you can see that it's dug down here and it's eating this root right here. And this is very fresh, so this is the trail that we're on. Porcupine here. Okay. So we've come to this clump of vegetation here, and there's porcupine burrows all the way around, but the men are looking for the freshest tracks into one of the burrows.
We'll only have enough energy in this 45-degree heat to dig 1 or 2 burrows out. There is no room for guesswork.
We've just come to the other side now. Porcupines have several entrances to the burrow so they can have a quick escape, but the men have blocked some, but this seems to be the one that's going to fit us. Well, him anyway.
Porcupines are the largest rodent in Africa. They're nocturnal and weigh up to 30 kilograms. Their underground burrows are like secure bunkers, hard to breach, with a secure central sleeping area and multiple escape routes. The only way to find the porcupine is for Toma to go into the burrow. Toma is a shy, quietly spoken man. What he lacks in conversation, he makes up for in bravery. Because he is the chosen tunnel guy. Personally, I can't believe that someone has the guts to go in there, in the dark. If Toma gets too close to the porcupine, chances are it will be super aggressive. It'll thrust its rear end in his face, stab Toma in the eyes with its spines, and potentially blind him. These porcupines are the real deal.
I'm just using the night vision on this little camera because I can't physically actually fit down this hole, and I can just see his feet at the moment. He's gone probably about 4 meters, 5 meters in.
Toma is totally in the dark down there. If he gets nailed by the porcupine, he'll definitely be on the losing side. And we are hundreds of kilometers from the nearest medical help.
Coming back. Nothing. So he's actually seen the porcupine, and now everyone's discussing it. Everyone's got an opinion and input to this. They're making a plan, a strategy. It's all about safety because these are incredibly dangerous and no one wants Noma to get a spine in his face.
Ngao and Ao decide it's too risky for Toma in there. They want to block this burrow and dig in from the other side. All our effort will be put into digging out this burrow. Failure here will mean we won't have the strength to dig anymore. No kill means our only meal will be maize and bread back at the village tonight. That's like working a 12-hour shift and only having 2 slices of bread the whole day. After 2 hours of digging, the burrow is wide enough for us to get eyes on the porcupine.
Okay, I'm going in. Okay, pass me that small camera. These are incredibly dangerous, and that's why there's so much strategy. He's just moving. I'm going to be very gentle. Turn this around right now, and you can see how close the porcupine actually is. There he is right there. You can see his eye looking at me. At any point, this porcupine could come flying out of here at me. This is not a position I really want to be in for too much longer. I'm out of here.
I step aside to let the professionals in. Ngal widens the burrow so Toma can get a clear shot with his spear.
There's the sound of the hollow quills on the back that they use as a warning signal. Back off, back off.
The kill isn't straightforward. We thought it was just one porcupine in the burrow, but it's 2 for 1. What Toma actually saw from the other burrow was 2 porcupines really close together, which means double the danger here. Their spines are layered and act like a shield. To get maximum penetration, Toma must feed the spear between the spines, then push down hard to make the kill.
They speared one, now they've speared the other one, and now they're just trying to get them out because the quills are all facing backwards and getting caught on all the roots, so they're just trying to get them out.
The nerve endings are still active in the porcupine, and even after death, it warns us of its weapons.
Here comes another one.
The desert has provided meat for us. And Gao and his family will eat tonight. He's worked hard to provide for them. He's proud and he's happy. 2 fully grown African crested porcupines. With a combined carcass weight of over 50 kilograms. They'll provide enough meat for the whole village.
Underneath those spines, there's still a big animal. There's lots of meat there. I mean, that is the size of a giant turkey. It really is going to be able to feed a lot of people.
This porcupine fat will give us around 1,800 calories for each hand-sized chunk we eat, which our bodies will convert into a huge amount of energy. This is ideally suited to long periods of sustained walking and hunting.
So this is the really fatty part, the back part of the porcupine. It tastes good. It tastes like a pork rib or something like that, with a bit of a rodent aftertaste.
Porcupines are plentiful, but endless poaching and the illegal bushmeat trade are robbing other essential food sources from the San people.
It's a long walk home, but I tell you, this meat is obviously just so special. 6 hours of digging and hunting, and look what they've got.
I survive on about 2 litres of water a day, whereas the men get by on about a quarter of that. The difference is, my body just isn't used to these conditions, and I'm really feeling this. I'm slowing the guys down. And I really don't want to, because the men need to get the meat back to their families. And Ngao has noticed my pace slowing, but he has a solution.
We've been walking for about 6 hours today, and I would have just walked straight past this bush, but this is the local knowledge that you need to have to survive in a place like this. This tuber is a tiny little plant underneath this fire stick bush, and the men are showing me here that this juicy tuber they can use to get water off and survive. There's no surface water at the moment. This is the dry season, and getting this out and the men being able to get a drink might be the difference between them getting back and not getting back.
We've been walking for 6 hours now. That and the heat are really starting to take its toll on me. To stop dehydration damaging my body, I need at least 2 cups of water.
Tiny little shoot coming out of the ground. You wouldn't think that that massive thing is under there. Certainly does take knowledge to know that exists under the ground from that little shoot. Look at that. So, this is a piece of tuber that could save your life. Tastes a little bit like a raw parsnip or root vegetable. It's got a really bitter aftertaste, but really juicy, and lots of moisture in there. Keep going. It's actually really good. Really good.
It's been one of the longest days of my life, and in all honesty, I'm dead on my feet. This desert village and its magical people make me feel very small on this earth. It feels like 60,000 years of mankind still lives on with the Sand People. I get the feeling tomorrow is going to be another eye-opening day for me. Before today's hunt, Ngao wants to show me how his ancestors taught him how to use poison to kill in the Kalahari. Ngao extracts grubs of the Lebestina beetle from their hard casing. These grubs are highly poisonous. It's this poison that the hunters use to give their arrows a deadly dose. The chemical name is diamphotoxin. When the arrow enters the animal, the poison starts to break down the walls of the red blood cells. The effect is similar to being bitten by a cobra or rattlesnake. This is such an effective killer that it doesn't even show up in a forensic autopsy. I've persuaded Ngao to give me a lesson in bow hunting. The Sand People have been using these for 60,000 years to kill their food. I get the feeling it isn't as easy as it looks, and there's a pretty intimidating audience.
Not like this, but halfway. Okay. That was my verbal bow and arrow school report.
Seems I'm doing all right, but I need a few pointers. And your knees seem to get in the way if I was the way I was sitting. What a teacher! What a teacher! Hey. Gosh, that feels good. That felt very good. From this position where you feel a little sort of stiff and everything, and then getting down low, really does feel like you're drawing back and your whole body is actually going through that aim of that arrow.
It's midday. The temperature is already up to 45 degrees in the shade. Today, I might have to walk more than 15 kilometres. The men's walking pace is more like my jogging pace. After Ngal, Touche is the second most experienced hunter. He's been the wingman to Ngal for many years, honing his skills and learning from the master. 3 hours after leaving the village, Touche picks up the tracks of one of Africa's toughest antelope.
This is Gemsbok. This is the antelope with the very, very straight horns. It's so beautifully adapted to these very arid and dry conditions.
In medieval England, horns from the Gemsbok were sold as unicorn horns. Today they are still high on the list for big game hunters. They can flee from many predators with speeds of up to 60 kilometres per hour, which is nearly as fast as a racehorse. Ngal tests the wind. We're downwind from the Gemsbok herd. It's blowing towards us. He knows they won't pick up our scent. The hunt is on.
Right next to my feet here are the tracks of a Gemsbok. And Khao and I are tracking this together. I'm following him, but there's something very beautiful about walking in the tracks or next to the tracks of the animal. You feel like you've been right there, right in the moment, exactly the same as the animal has been. The wind is in our favour, and we've had rain last night, and it's obliterated all the old tracks. So the ones we're on now are really fresh. Just told me that this, believe it or not, is the scrapings and digging from the Gemsbok, from an antelope. You think it'd be done by something like a burrowing animal, but it's used its hoof to dig out like that. And if you look down here, there's bite marks on this tuber that the animal's taken bites out of. Just there, can you see that? This is one of the fantastic adaptations that these antelopes have, the ability to know where to dig to get something like that.
Ngal locates the herd of Gemsbok about 500 metres ahead of us. While grazing, they're relaxed and unaware of our presence. On Ngal's instructions, we fall back to make a game plan. We will only get one shot with one arrow. If we spook the herd, the hunt is over. The pressure on us to provide for the village is massive. I'm pretty nervous about this hunt. This would be such a great catch for the men. I don't want to mess it up for them.
This is it, they're gonna make it or break it. Keep up with these guys.
take on a lion, they will protect themselves, they'll protect their young, and they have horns that would go straight through you if we get in the wrong place.
Just one of these antelope would feed everyone in the village for a week. Ngao and Touche have so much hunting knowledge at their disposal. I definitely feel like a new recruit here.
What I love is the teamwork and the strategy and the sharing and the knowledge. Even though I was older, you know, listening, discussing. Okay, we're on hands and knees now. Okay, this is it. For the rest of the trip, 150 meters.
Our plan is to get within 40 meters of the nearest adult member of the herd, so we can make a kill shot with the poison arrow. Every time I put my hands and knees on the sand, it feels like touching a stovetop. The heat is really challenging me now. And Ngao and Touche do this in bare feet and still manage to move silently and effortlessly.
Car's been sitting over there for about 10 minutes now, just observing, watching, whether they're comfortable, whether they've picked up the scent of anything, whether they're on the move, whether they're ready just to stay there. So many different things. And it's just all this absorption of animal behaviour and why these men are the best in the world.
African antelopes have brilliant hearing to detect predators. Right now, we're the predators, and we have to be so careful not to blow our cover. Ngao decides this is it. It's time to make our final approach and take our one and only shot. Something is spooking the herd. Agonizingly, they bolt. It is over for us. It could have been another predator that spooked the herd. But if it was, they'll be going hungry just like us. I feel an epic sense of failure. 5 hours, crawling on my belly, burning my skin, and the heat sucking the life out of me. I'm tired and frustrated. I know the men wanted to bring home some meat tonight. I really feel for the guys, who all have families to provide for.
It just showed me how hard, how phenomenally hard these people work for beautiful food. It's every day for them. For me, I don't know if I could do it.
Ngao and Touche aren't giving up so easily. They want to use the last hour of daylight to hunt. We'll only have until sundown. Being out here after dark is asking for trouble from predators such as hyenas, lions and leopards. We have to roll the dice. This will be our last chance to make a kill. Our challenge in this hunt is that the animal we're after has an armor-plated head, runs fast, and can fly. Ngao and Touche will have to hit a moving target, and the closest we'll get is 30 meters. This flighty flock of birds are guinea fowl. There are several species in this part of Africa. They can be found in flocks of up to 200. Ngao gets a shot away. But the birds are spooked. Guinea fowl aren't built for sustained flight. Flying is their last option. Instead, they run and use their camouflage to hide. I go jogging and get to the gym every week, but the fitness and stamina of these men is another level. And Ngao is nearly 70.
Chasing guinea fowl. You gotta stay down low like this. So you're doing this little leg squat for about 100 metres. And then the men unload about 3 or 4 arrows each and then sprint. I'm not sure if they've got a bird or if they're just trying to get their arrows. They grab their arrows really quickly and then they go again. It's incredible fitness of these men.
One of these plump birds provides more meat than a supermarket chicken. That's if we can kill one. And Gao and Touche work as a sniper team, taking it in turns to be the spotter, one shooting as the other one reloads. All in perfect silence. Unlike army snipers though, our ammunition, the poison arrows, are not expendable, and each one must be retrieved and, if possible, mended.
Got so close to a flock of guinea fowl, but they've got hundreds of eyes watching, hundreds of birds. Really hard. Got to stalk very, very low, and I tried to hang back a little bit to give the guys more of a chance, because my boots going through these rocks make so much noise.
And Gao and Touche get their eyes on the birds again. I'm going to hang back and try to keep the noise down. They're within 30 metres. I've got to see this. And Gao is the most experienced, takes the first shot. The arrow misses by millimetres. Touche shoots, misses, and Gao shoots. A hit.
Unbelievable. The guys are interested in finding the really important part of the arrow. I'm trying to bring my heart rate down.
A perfect shot, straight through the chest cavity.
Sam Kao is showing me a perfect example here of how the arrow works. The arrow is broken off at exactly the right point. It's broken off just there at that link shaft, exactly as it's been designed to.
The poison takes effect and the bird dies.
Guinea fowl are very, very plentiful around here. It's called a helmeted guinea fowl. You can see by that really wonderful structure on its head there. Good food, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Good meat. Accuracy, beautiful design, and huge amount of skill. And I've seen it firsthand. It's a great privilege. Great privilege.
My time with the San has been an incredible learning curve. It's been a dream come true for me. I've learned about tracking and behaviour from the best in the world. I just hope this knowledge is passed on to future generations and not lost forever.